In the 80s, chicken Marbella was all the rage, so I think it's time to revamp it up, and I'm going to be using duck instead of chicken. I love duck, and all the flavours, the classical flavours of a Marbella sauce, which is olives, capers and anchovies, work sensationally with duck. So I've got some duck legs here, and we just want to open the packet and pat them really dry with some paper toweling, and then season them with some salt and a good crack of pepper. Now I have a large sauté pan here on a medium heat. We're going to put our duck legs in skin side down, and we just want all of that fat to render. While that's happening, I'm going to get onto a paste. Now this is a double whammy here where we're using these ingredients in a paste and then also when we start cooking it in the oven. So just in a mini food processor here, we want to add capers. So that's for the saltiness. More saltiness, we've got the olives, and I need about 60 grams of green olives for this, reserving half of these, so they're for later. 2 anchovies. I know a few of you out there will be a bit squirmish about it, but it's actually going to give it a lovely meatiness. And 3 cloves of garlic, a good hit of garlic for this. And also oregano. So these are the classic flavours of this very traditional Spanish Marbella dish. So I've got fresh oregano here, not the dried oregano. I think the fresh is much better. And I'm just going to reserve a little bit of this oregano for the garnish later. And just so the paste comes together, I'm just adding a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. All right, lid goes on. And we'll give that a good blitz until we get a fine paste. Beautiful fine paste. We'll now have a look at our duck legs here. Turning them over. Wow, golden brown. That's what we're looking for when we're looking at duck legs. And you can see it's thinned out nicely, leaving us with a bit of fat in the base of our pan there. So in the meantime, we'll get onto the prunes. So soft prunes here, pitted. We want around the same amount of prunes to olive, so around 60 grams, and they can go straight in. And just a really quick blitz here. Okay, so the duck can come out now. I've just got a tray here and we'll just line them up. We just want to drain most of this fat here. So just lifting that off, being very careful because it is quite hot. In it goes, and I love to save this duck fat here. Just let it cool and then place it in the fridge. Next time you make crispy potatoes, that's your best bet. All right, this is where we want to add our paste. We just want to cook it off for just 30 seconds, and then we can return that duck. Okay, this smells wonderful. So now it's time to return our duck legs back to the pan. In they go. Just arrange them nicely. And we need some liquid in here, so I'm going to deglaze this pan with a little bit of white wine. Hear the sizzle. Beautiful. And for some other herbs, I've got 2 fresh bay leaves, and they go straight in. And you can see that's just reducing, bubbling away, cooking off that alcohol. So we need a little bit more liquid here, and I've got some chicken stock. So we're just going to add that to the pan. And I'm not going to cover the duck entirely with that stock. I just want to reveal that skin so it can be slightly crispy when it comes out of the oven. So we reserved those olives, and I'm going to leave them whole. Some of them are halved there, which is fine. And that's just going to give some texture to our dish, along with some prunes. So a good handful again, so they just go in and around. And it's as simple as popping the lid on. And I've got my oven preheated at around 160 degrees, so not too hot. And that's going to cook for about 45 minutes to an hour until that meat just falls off the bone. So the duck is out of the oven, and look at this. Wow, it's so soft. The bone has been revealed here, and that sauce is so rich. The smell here, it's almost like candied prunes with olives. It just works so well. So what we need to do now is take the duck very carefully out of the pan here, And we need to finish this sauce off. So I'm going to turn this to a higher heat now. Let that bubble away and we can add the vinegar. Now the vinegar is just to round off all the flavours and just give it a little bit of acidity. So just about 2 teaspoons is plenty for this. You don't want to overdo it. So just a slight dribble in there and I'll give that a really good mix. Look at that, so thick, just delicious. Just let that bubble away for 2 to 3 minutes, which gives me just enough time to make some couscous. I love serving this with couscous. Very easy, 1 cup of couscous straight into a bowl here. I've got some boiling water and we simply cover that with boiling water. And all I need to do is just cover that with some cling film, allow it to sit there, and when that sauce is ready, we can start plating up. And make sure you get a few of those extra olives just on top there. They'll fall into the plate. And prunes, beautiful for the sweetness. Just for a little bit of extra oregano, I've got 2 sprigs here, just on the top. And there you have it, that is duck marbella, sensational dish. Prunes, really sweet, those olives are salty, and the duck that just falls off the bone. What more could you want for dinner?